What's poppin', gamers? Espeon here, and last night we got some pretty terrible news. Nintendo is currently suing the developers of the Switch emulator Yuzu. That's very scary. Why is that very scary? Because this is the first time that a game company, as far as I can tell, or as far as I can remember, have actually targeted the emulator company. Now, Budahar from Some Ordinary Gamers made a better in detail video than this will be. I'm just going over how this affects me, how this could affect emulation and video game preservation. So to start, why is this affecting me? Very simple. I preserve video games. I preserve gaming history. I use emulators for this procedure. I use emulators so that way I can physically still play these games. Without emulators, guess what? I can't preserve video games. I can't play these old video games. Now, why does this affect emulation in general? Very simple. While there are probably other Switch emulators, Yuzu's probably the best one. And also, just saying now, Nintendo is probably one of the biggest IPs to be emulated. Because they don't have a single PC port and probably never will. So with Nintendo going after these companies or these developers that are just making simple hardware for you to play your Switch games on the computer, yeah, they're not pirating the games or the BIOS or everything. They're just making a software or a program where you legally obtain, or, ethically, rather, obtain the BIOS and the ROMs. You can play them freely on your computer. That's all the emulator does. But Nintendo doesn't see it that way and decided, nope, banned them, put the hammer on them, threatened them. God, if you think about it, Nintendo loves their fan base so much and love the people that are fascinated by their hardware that they'll throw lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit at you. What a lovely company. Now, why does this affect gaming history? Also a very simple question. Well, let's be honest. What does the Xbox One use to play 360 games? An emulator. The point is that to play these older games and everything, at this point, the hardware isn't available anymore. You have to emulate it. And let's be serious. Nintendo, the Switch is not going to be around for another 10 years. Hell, it's probably not going to be around for another 5 years. And you already know that when the Switch 2 comes out, you're going to start slowly weaning out all the Nintendo Switch stuff. And eventually, much like the 3DS, much like the Nintendo DS, much like the Wii, much like the Wii U, you're going to shut down those shops. You're going to shut down the online service. And then everything that was on the Switch market is gone. So yeah, you're just destroying the possibility of preserving your old titles and keeping a better image of your gaming history. You are deciding to just throw it all away and sue this developer because you assume that they are illegally distributing ROMs and ISOs for your games. From my understanding. I mean, as you can see on the screen right now, I'm playing Super Metroid because I, again, am a video game preservationist. I wish to preserve video games. So I have this game. I have multiple variants of the game because I love to do speedruns and randomizers of this game. I've been playing this game ever since I was a fucking kid at 2 years old. And I want to make sure that everyone knows about this game. And maybe one day Nintendo will actually remake the game. But I just want people to remember this game because it was a good game. Same thing with Pac-Man 2. Very good game. I want to make sure it's remembered. Shadow of the Colossus. I emulated that so I can record it and so that I can show you guys, hey, this game is worth preserving. You should play it yourself. That is the whole shtick of emulation. Now, my one friend thinks nothing will really come out of this, but I don't know. I'm scared that something will come out of it. Because, again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time a major game company actually went after the emulator instead of just the ROM sites or anything like that. No, this is them going after the creator of the emulator. So yeah, I wanted to make a small video about this whole ordeal. Emulation must be preserved. Not the right wording, but emulation must continue. Or else video game history is just going to go down the drain. So yeah, I think I'm just going to stop my ranting here. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Go ahead and check out Mudahar at Some Ordinary Gamers. He has more insight about this whole ordeal than I do. But yeah, comment your thoughts. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video. And yeah, fuck Nintendo.